Welcome in, everybody. We are live on the Browns Report, and we got some major quarterback news. Again, it does not end in Cleveland. Let's talk about it all. Let's get everybody's opinions flowing in the chat. Did you hear the news? Deshaun Watson's practice window has been opened. He's back at practice today. How are we feeling about it, Cleveland Browns fans? One word in the live chat right now. Give me your reaction, the first thing that came to your head when you heard Deshaun Watson is back at practice. Let me know in that comment section. Reen said, question, is he healthy? Yes, he's been cleared. Limited individual drills today, Wednesday. So there's 21 days for them to put him on the active roster or else he'll be out for the year. But we'll show you what Stefanski said about this in just a few moments here. Let's see all the words flying in the chat. Troy saying terrible. Joshua Miller, insurance. Unique Clay said why. Green Straight said sweet. John Gotti just put the trash can emoji. Troy said it's a joke. No, Christ. Embarrassing. Horrible. Man, welcome to the Cleveland Browns, folks. Those words seem exactly what you would expect. I mean, welcome in, Producer Reed, as well, for some breaking news, man. I mean, what are we feeling? What's your immediate reaction?
My first reaction, I don't know if this counts as one word. It might be two.
Go for it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
that was my first, like,
uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Eric saying, gotta love the management. Oh, what are we doing in Cleveland, man? What is going? It's always a saga. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, Mike Florio, NBC, said it best a couple months ago. He's like, it's impossible to predict what the Browns are going to do. He's like, whatever a normal team would do, the Browns will do the opposite. And here we are. He's in the mix. We'll talk about it. Ninja Cow. The Scoop is in, though. Let's go, Scoop. Getting this party started with the $5 super chat. I want to make you guys a part of the show today and get everybody's opinions up on screen at Super Chats. We're going to do a Q&A towards the end of the stream as well, so we get all your questions answered here on YouTube. Have a fun, interactive community vibe with some quarterback news today. Get ready. Ninja Cow. I mean, he isn't the worst QB we have had, just the worst value. Yeah, fair enough. I think, honestly, I would have started him over Dylan Gabriel. Quite frankly. Well, let's see. The Scoop is in. The $5 super chat. Poop, Scoop, and Boogie. Looking like AB trying to put him on the action block to recoup some cap space. Well, if he was unhealthy, injured the whole year, I think they could have got some relief by him not playing the whole year at all. But now that he's medically cleared, you have no choice but to bring him back to practice. And let's see what they evaluate in these 21 days if he will be on season-ending IR or be on the active roster and eligible to start again, folks. But, hey, got to get some use out of him, right? He's making so much money. See what the Browns elect to do. This is why you stay tuned, you stay subbed, because when there's breaking news, we make plenty of videos on it. And if it's big enough, we go live. Appreciate you all being there, hanging out with us. We got a lot of fun things coming up on today's show, actually. Lots of Browns news today. Not only the Watson news, but let's talk about what Stefanski said about Watson, his timetable. Shedeur spoke to the media today as well about some things that he wants to clean up. Jerry Jeudy as well weighed in about a viral moment between him and the quarterback. So lots to look at today on our first segment. Then we're going to go into a wild mock draft. Dane Brugler's first of the year. Take a look at what he has for Cleveland. We got a nice video coming up on that. And then finally, like I said, we want you guys to be a part of the show. So super chat with a question or take, or use the hashtag Browns with a question or take in that live chat comment section. And we'll pick some questions. We'll go through and answer them as part of our video. If you super chat like Poop, Scoop, and Boogie just did, though, you skip the line. It could be right in the video. George Gombatch coming in with the 5 as well. Saying, does this mean they can't cut him after June 1st? I imagine they still can. I think absolutely they still could. It just means that he could be in play to play this year if they have signed him to the active roster within 21 days. And so it also means, I know Petey had made a video a little while ago saying, Watson was done, that they will probably cut him post-June. But
I mean,
there's one more year on the contract. Like, he'll be on the roster next year, Mary Kay's saying. It seems like he's going to be in contention to play again.
It depends on, like, if he plays this year, it's a different story. Like, you kind of look at it like with Kirk Cousins on the Falcons right now. They're probably going to cut him unless something happens with Michael Penix. Like, if he's not ready to go, then they might keep him, but I think they're still going to let him go. Like, so I think it just depends. I think that's a wait-and-see type of thing because we're not inside the walls of Cleveland of the Cleveland Browns right now. And like you said earlier, you do not expect anything that the Cleveland Browns do. So
yeah,
it's still up in the air. I think they keep him.
Yeah,
especially now that you only have 3 people on the roster, 3 quarterbacks on the roster.
Right, and that's if he was to be on it. Right. So shocking development here. See what they elect to do, but I imagine he's going to be in play. And again, this is why a lot kind of rides on this back half of the season for Shedeur, who's getting these couple starts right now. He has a lot that he can show to prevent Cleveland from needing to turn back to any other quarterback or draft another one. That's why these last few games are pivotal to tune into, including this Sunday against the Titans. Who would have thought? This is a big game, folks, for a lot of different reasons. Draft implications, and if Shedeur can ball out, remain the starter, because Stefanski said it's going to be a week-to-week thing quarterback-wise. So who you got winning this football game in Week 14? Type CLE if you got the Cleveland Browns beating those Tennessee Titans. I sure do. Type TEN if you got the Titans winning this one. They only have one win all season long, folks. We got to beat them, right? I mean, it'd be embarrassing to lose to Tennessee, right? Who you got? Baseball Cards got Cleveland. Green Coral's got Tennessee. Tie Man's got the Browns. Yeah, Ninja Cow, I made that point in my earlier video as well, and Reed has brought it up as well. Fans were cheering when Watson got hurt. Like, it was awful.
I don't know if anyone was on our live show last year when Deshaun Watson tore his Achilles. I was watching the chat, and I had to, stop people from literally cheering in the chat, and people were sending super chats of, thank goodness, all this. Like, yeah, he sucked, but, you don't want him. You don't want people to get hurt.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It was a lot of turmoil towards the end of it. Just the fan base mad at him. But to your point, injury, you don't want to cheer ever. A lot of people spamming Cleveland, which I like to see. I'm picking the Browns myself. I mean, come on. No way, no how we lose this game. Yeah, the TikTok trend that's making its way around. We punt. Joshua Miller said he was there. So many people were cheering. The injury, not a good look. It really wasn't. That was a crazy time here. Yeah. Unbelievable. Larry's got Cleveland. Lewis has Cleveland. Ninja Cow says Shedeur has to play. It's just the best television. Exactly. I'm with you. And we want to evaluate what we have in him before the draft, which wait till you see what Dane Brugler has as a mock draft for the Cleveland Browns. It's wild. So I think we can start to get ready for our first segment, though, Mr. Reed, right? Tone in the chat with the $2 super chat. Tone, you're a legend. Joey, let's go. How's it going, boys? Tone. Fired up, man. Fired up now that you're in here. How about that? Let's go. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Big game. Browns Titans, who would have thought? But people are going to be tuning in. Box office, Shedeur, Cam Ward. Get ready. Rage said, so what does it mean if Sanders outplays the number 1 pick, Cam Ward, this Sunday? Can mean a lot of things, Mr. Rage. It could mean, 1, which I'll show you in a little bit here, but that the Titans maybe made a mistake. 2, Shedeur can play well enough these next few games to be the Browns starter or compete with Watson maybe to start at the start of next year. It's a big back half of the season, and Cleveland needs to see some flashes from him in order to not draft a quarterback. I think there's flashes there. I'll show you what Shedeur said at the podium today about what he wants to improve on, because there could be some moments here that dictate the direction of the Browns' future quarterback next season. So a lot to watch for here, actually, towards the back half of the Browns season. 5 games left. Can you believe that? Only 5. Goes by, huh? Certainly does. It certainly does. But yeah, folks, I think the first thing we'll hit is all that news from today. And remember, if you want to be a part of our final segment later today, our Q&A, super chat or hashtag Browns in the chat with a question, with a take, anything you want out there, anything you want me to react to or answer to, we're here for you. Let's do it today. All right, Mr. Reed. First segment time. I'm ready if you're ready. Well, let me look at... Yeah, I think we got everything in order here. Shall we? Let's do it. Major news for the Cleveland Browns today, and this changes everything for them. First of all, we have a Deshaun Watson update. We're going to look at what Kevin Stefanski actually said about his timetable and the news that he's back at practice. Shedeur Sanders spoke to the media today as well about some things that he wants to clean up. We're going to look ahead to Browns Titans and what to watch for. And finally, some big injury news for the Cleveland Browns. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm your host, Joey O'Donohue. Before we get into all the Browns news, we've started a Week 14 sub-battle with our Titans Today channel here at Chat Sports. Guys, I know we can crush them in subscribers. So if you want Shedeur to outplay Cam Ward and beat the Titans on the field and off the field at Chat Sports, hit that subscribe button. We'll be live for the game. You're not going to want to miss it. Kevin Stefanski said this about Deshaun Watson. Okay, we're going to activate Deshaun's practice window, so he'll be out there today, which is outstanding for Deshaun. He's been working so hard, rehabbing. So finally, to get out there on the practice field with his teammates to go through individual, I think this is really great for him. So excited for him. His focus, my focus, is obviously getting him back to playing football, practicing football, which he hasn't done in over a year. So it's a good next step for him. Reporter followed up and said, Kevin, is it a desire of the organization to see him on the playing field if possible? Stefanski just said, yeah, really not my focus, not his focus right this minute. His focus is putting a helmet on again for the first time, shoulder pads, throwing a football. That's where the focus is. But it's reasonable to assume that he'll be in play perhaps even later this year and definitely next year. I think that was a key part of what Stefanski had said, was that his focus is getting him on the practice field, getting him ready, and to play football again. And he's making so much money. Next year, the cap hit for Watson is over $80 million. And so he'll be, if he's activated to the roster, one of 3 quarterbacks there. Dillon Gabriel has kind of been soft benched in a way, and Stefanski said he's taken it week to week by quarterback. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that Deshaun Watson gets in a football game. I have a full video on this topic, so if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it already. There's a lot to know about the Watson situation. And another viral thing that had happened in Cleveland earlier this week was Jerry Jeudy on the sideline yelling at Shedeur. Well, both of them spoke about this incident, if you want to call it that, where Jeudy was just riled up, animated, going over something with Shedeur on the tablet. Have they smoothed things over? What's their relationship looking like, their chemistry? Here's what Jerry Jeudy had to say about if he would done anything differently in that moment. And Jeudy said, well, I probably would have talked to him off camera. It's probably what I would have done differently. I'm going to speak my mind and say what I see out there, but it is what it is. It's football. Me and Shedeur are good. Stuff like that happens. And I think that's the main point here for Jeudy is, you got to be mindful. The cameras are around. You got to be mindful. I know this frustration stuff's building up. This is the guy's second ever NFL start. And you haven't been perfect all year, Jeudy. I mean, you calm down. You got to be better too. You've been dropping passes all year long. Maybe that's why quarterbacks don't trust you, Judy. You're over there running your mouth. I mean, relax a little bit. I'm glad they smoothed it over. I understand why things get heated, especially for wide receiver ones. If you feel like, you're running good routes and not getting the ball, I get it. But, Judy, you don't have much room to talk this year, to be quite frank. And so coach them up if you think there's a problem. But the screaming on the sideline is just a bad look for the organization, the Browns, the drama, all of it. And, Shedeur, he was not the reason we lost that 49ers game. But there were areas that Shedeur even here says he would like to improve in. He says he wants to go out there and see it and just hit it, See it and hit it. Trust my eyes, understand everything that I've been studying in the game. I'll say is slowing down a little bit for me. Just trust what I see. Sometimes I look for the big play, and I do that when I feel like I'm pressing. Like I feel like we need to get a spark. We need to get the energy. That's typically when I do that, whenever we are stagnant. So that's something I review with myself, and I know in those situations I can't do that at certain times. But that's just something I live, and I'm going to grow from in doing that. And just trusting the team, trusting everybody that things are going to be all right. I think this is a major positive, Browns fans, that Shedeur is able to pinpoint the areas that he wants to improve in. Because watching the tape, watching the film, that's the exact thing that I would point to, right? First half, he was actually great. Great completion percentage. That touchdown towards the end was looking very solid. But there were moments, where he did hold it too long, where he could have let it fly. He could have let it rip. And I think it's just the game plan's super conservative. He's getting his feet wet, right? And he missed a couple things. But being able to point that out and say he's going to go out there, he knows what to do now and fix it. This could help accelerate development. This could help show he can earn his way to remain the starter for the rest of the year and be in contention to start next year as well. I think it's going to look great this Sunday. I think the fact that he's able to call it out, say, this is what I'm going to do. This is my emphasis this week. And this was the only issue for him, was holding it too long. Let it fly. Trust yourself. Hit those plays that we know you can do against that Titans defense. I think we're in for a treat, Browns fans. We're going to be fired up on the watch party. You're not going to miss it. Another fun thing about this storyline is Skip Bayless still stands that Shedeur should have been drafted over Cam Ward. We're talking first overall pick in the NFL draft when Shedeur slid all the way to the 5th round. And so a lot of people that do feel this way are saying, oh, what a moment here on the big stage to face off against Cam Ward. When those two practiced a lot together, have a relationship leading up to the draft. Imagine if Shedeur outplays Cam Ward and the Browns beat the Titans. That's a statement. Lots of eyes going to be watching and hoping that happens. I certainly do. But how do you feel, Browns fans? Do you want the Browns to beat the Titans? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Because some people saying they want to lose now to get a better draft pick. But the fan in me, even if I said that, when I turn on the game, I'd be pissed off seeing the Browns turn things over and lose. So I want to see winning football. I want to see flashes in this back half of the season. I want excitement and momentum going into next year so I know what we need to target in the NFL draft. But what do you want to happen? Y for yes to beat Tennessee, N for no if you're done. Let me know in the comments section. Lots more to talk about and look at here for the Browns news today. But before we get into all of it, I want to tell you guys about our friends over at Prize Picks. It is the holiday season, the best time of year for sports, bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It is all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right. Prize Picks. I love this app, man. It's a lot of fun. I win money on it. And covering the Browns helps me know what picks to make. When the coaches said we got to get Jerry Jeudy more involved, I picked more on his projections against the Jets, and I was right. When Cleveland plays a bad run defense, I'm all in on Quinshon Judkins. And new feature alert. Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. I'm hoping I cash in this Browns-Titans matchup this Sunday. I've got Cam Ward, more than half an interception. I think our defense will be all over him. Give me more on half a touchdown for Quinshon Judkins. And as always, the more on Shedeur. It's worked for me. More than half a passing touchdown, more than 124.5 passing yards. That's my lineup. You can make one just like it, but you got to download the Prize Picks app today. and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Some news on Wyatt Teller. You may have heard that he will sit out against the Titans this Sunday, and Tevin Jenkins will be starting at guard for the Cleveland Browns. This was something they started rotating Teller in and out against the Niners on Sunday with Jenkins. And so Teller getting up there in age on a contract year, he says he thinks it's for poor play. So we'll see what Tevin Jenkins can do. I think is actually a promising young guard in Cleveland's room. He will get the nod. Some Browns players that did not practice on Wednesday. Devin Bush. Jack Conklin's hurt again. Concussion protocol for our right tackle. Isaiah McGuire, Dylan Sampson. Would love to see him be able to rally and get out there. I think having him get more integrated and more involved has been working well for the Browns' run game, but he has that calf injury, so we'll see and monitor his status. Finally, Aiden Huntington also did not practice with the quad injury. But without McGuire and Huntington, well, you look at the Browns' defensive line depth chart, and it's starting to get a little bit thin. Malik Collins out for the year now, too. And so if you don't have McGuire or Huntington, I mean, it's a little bit thin, but thankfully we have the deepest D-line in the league, I believe, and one of the best overall units. Alex Wright hasn't played in a couple weeks either, but he returned to practice finally, which is huge for the Cleveland Browns. And some other Browns defensive line notes to note is that Alex Wright is not only back, but they signed Sam Kamara to the active roster, a replacement for Malik Collins already. And so, like I said, it's a deep unit, it's a talented unit, and guess what? It has. That trumps everything. The best player in all of football. Literally. You can't make the argument that he isn't. And we're going up against the Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward. Cam Ward's been sacked more than any other quarterback in the NFL this year. 48 times through 13 weeks. Oh, boy. If you don't think 95 can have a field day against the Titans, what are they going to do? What are you going to do? Triple team him? You have to. But guess what? We got Mason Graham that'll come through and disrupt. He's been applying more pressure lately. He needs, Myles Garrett, 4 sacks to break the NFL single-season sack record. We got 5 games left. He could do it Sunday if he really wants to. I think he breaks the record. We're watching history. We're watching greatness. He's a player that is more than generational. We're blessed to have him here in Cleveland. And I wish we were getting some more wins for Myles, but he is having a season for the ages. So let's get in the comments section and spam his number. Everybody spam 95 down there. I want to see 195s in the comment section because this season is unprecedented. He is no doubt the defensive player in the year, and he should be, if we had a better record, he would be MVP. Myles Garrett putting up a historic season. Everybody spam those 95s, folks. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a piece of Cleveland Browns news. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in to this edition of the show today. It's always a lot of fun to hop on here and talk Cleveland Browns football through the good, through the bad, the ugly. I'm here for you for all of it. So hit that sub button, and we'll see you very shortly here on the show. Fun stuff, fun stuff. 95, baby. Woo, says Joshua Miller. Garrett, man. Oh, dude, it's so good. I wish we were contending with this defense this year, man. I wish. Myles.
It's like that meme where it's like a trailer park and then there's a Bugatti in the driveway.
Yeah.
It's like that's how
Myles Garrett on the Browns.
How Myles Garrett is on the Browns.
Dude.
And honestly, it's how the defense is with the Browns.
Yeah.
It's like the defense is good.
It's been the story every game all year. Defense plays well, keeps us in it, but then you have special teams mistakes, offense that can't move, and all of a sudden you put the defense out there so much that they fall apart a little bit towards the end. That's what always happens. Every single time. Every single time. By the way, Stefanski says that Gage Larvidan will continue to return punts. Well, he muffed one last week, which is pretty costly. And the Titans, they got a guy that's one of the better punt returners in the league right now. DK, Chimmery DK.
Oh, yeah.
And so Bubba's got to get our
He
unit
was,
together.
He was cooking on I just saw that comment.
What?
No, he was cooking against the who was that? Was that it wasn't the Seahawks, was it?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
He was not even like on return. He was like he had like hold on, let me look at that.
Yeah.
Because he
Look
was
it up.
cooking as a receiver.
Yeah. Good young pick over there.
LJ said Reed needs a bigger box. That little green square is depressing. I mean, it's just my producer box.
Just a little producer box over there. There's a bigger one sometimes. You know. Look at him smiling over there. Yeah. But Bubba's got to get our special teams unit right. I'm not dealing with this punt return touchdown BS for DK
Yeah,
now.
see you, Joey. My show now.
Oh, look, there you go. There's the read box.
Yep.
That you wanted. It's funny. George with the $5 super chat. It's electric. Steelers trophy said our coordinators, play callers suck. Welcome to the Cleveland Browns. Jim Schwartz is a great defense coordinator, though. He really turned it around since 23. George with the 5. Got to see the Browns in Vegas. Now I'm going to go see Garrett break the record. That is electric, George. Man, you're living it up. Vegas, you were at Shedeur's first start. That's electric, dude. And to get the W, I want a big W this week against the Titans. I really do. I think a lot of this with the Browns, though, is kind of fallout from the Watson deal, though. A lot of this kind of losing years. Yeah, they only have one win. That's what I said. They're off. Yeah, who was their one win? It was, oh my God, the Cardinals game. Yeah, with the weirdest touchdown ever for Cam Ward. Wow, they really should be winless right now. Guys, if we lose to the Titans, literally every single person in the organization needs to be fired. I would crash out.
So, DK, I don't know how to say his-
Ninja Cow?
what is it?
Chimmery?
Chimmery DK.
I don't even know. To
He
be honest.
had 5 catches for 44 yards and a touchdown against the Seahawks in not last week, but the week before. He only had 1 catch last week for 8 yards.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's been good at let's go, Ninja Cow. Spam those 95s. Let's go. Carrying the comment section. Yeah, he's been a really good punt returner too, though. We got to shut him down. Hey, get out of here, Steelers trophy. Are you a Browns fan, Steelers trophy?
Did you just ask if Steelers trophy is a Browns fan?
Well, look what he said above. He said our coordinators suck.
I mean, maybe both teams.
And play call.
Both teams, probably.
Steelers. I'm hearing the Steelers fans are done with Mike Tomlin now, actually. New York. Do we want him in Cleveland if Mike Tomlin was available? Is that crazy? Because of the rivalry? But good long-term head coach. I don't know about you, but I'm out on Stefanski anyway. So we'll see. Not Brian Dable. Okay, he's the Steelers guy. What's he do? We got someone spying on us. Steelers fan in the chat. Guys, if you want to be a part of the video, put a question or a take in your super chat or in the comment section with the hashtag Brown so that we can find it. And we'll get some questions and takes here on the screen and in the video on YouTube. Don't want to miss out on that. Super chat to get in. We've got some more news to get to for you guys. This will be a fun one. Dane Brugler's mock draft. This will be good. This should be good. You're not going to believe what the expert has the Cleveland Browns doing in the first round. that the guy? Dane Brugler. There we go. What do you think, folks? You ready? Are you ready? Might as well, I guess. I mean, you know. Why not? All right, so this will be fun. Go take a look at this. You see where my cursor is, Reed? This section here. So I'm just going to go on a funny little rant. So cool. Yeah. And you can keep putting the photo, whatever. Maybe back to the bio, like until but I'll probably wrap it up and be looking for the quote soon after anyway. But perfect. It'll be fun. Alrighty. Is everybody ready? We're ready to do this. We got a Chargers fan in the chat as well. They exist. They're saying you can have Tomlin also. Steelers fans are done with him. They're over it. Alrighty. I say we get to it. You're not going to believe the mock draft that Dane Brugler has put out for the Cleveland Browns. They're projected to make a major trade, according to the expert from The Athletic. Let's dive into this. Is it good? Is it bad for Cleveland? We'll talk about it. I'm your host, Joey O'Donohue. Welcome into the show. And if you want more draft content, if the Browns keep losing, and you want to look ahead, how can we fix this thing early by next year? Hit the subscribe button. Comment if you enjoy the draft content. Let me know if the Browns are going to keep losing, if we got to keep looking ahead. Hit the sub button. You're not going to want to miss this. Oh, sorry. So Dane Brugler of The Athletic starts off by saying this. I don't like projecting trades in mock drafts, especially my first one of the cycle. But if the Titans and Giants finish with the top 2 picks, as it stands now, there will be movement early. I think that's absolutely correct. If Tennessee is picking first overall again and the Giants are in the top 2, well, those guys aren't going to take quarterbacks. They've got their Cam Ward, they got their Jackson Dart, but what it does do is offer a lot of enticing trade value for a team that would spend a lot to move up and get their quarterback. Here's some teams near the top that could make a move like that. The Saints, maybe, but most likely I think it's the Jets and the Raiders that would move up to get a Mendoza or big-name quarterback like that. Cleveland Browns, a lot of people think will. Cardinals also clearly going to move on from Kyler Murray. So any of these teams would be willing to make the trade. And what does Dane Brugler have as a team that will make the deal? It's the Cleveland Browns. Look at this that he mocked up. This is what he thinks is going to happen. The Browns trade both of our first-round picks this year, the one from Jacksonville that we acquired, and also our pick that will probably be pretty high, and probably a day 2 selection the year after that. And in return, we get the Titans' number 1 overall pick that they have over a 50% chance to end up with, and the Browns take their quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. I hate it. No, please, no. We're going to spend both of our first-round picks to draft another young quarterback prospect? No, that's way too much. If you get the pick, that's a different story. But no, I'm not down to go all in. Let's do something fun here. Let's go try a little analogy, a la a Colin Cowherd or something like that, okay? Fernando Mendoza is the girl next door. Beautiful, great body, size. Of course you think you want to be with her. But you don't have your shit together. You're the Cleveland Browns. Your life's a mess. You can't get into a relationship right now. And it may seem like there's not a lot of options, and this one's convenient. She's right next door. One of the only ones available this year. But you are not ready for that relationship. You're going to mess it up. Think about all your other failed relationships that didn't work out. You're going to ruin this one too. And Mendoza, maybe he'll go on to be a good quarterback. You know, maybe she is a great girlfriend. But you're never going to reach that full potential with you, the mess of a system, the Cleveland Browns. You still live with your parents, which is Kevin Stefanski, in an awful system with awful rules, bad at development. This relationship will not flourish until you fix your issues. okay? I'm talking clean house, build up the offensive line, get some wide receivers, some targets, make yourself more valuable, and then start the relationship. I don't think Mendoza this year is going to be a difference maker, game changer, turn the Cleveland Browns season around. So I wouldn't start that relationship just yet. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Others that will come in future years. Some great draft classes coming ahead. I don't think you need to go all in, take the massive swing to get one right now this year. But Dane Brugler seems pretty high on Mendoza. Let's take a look at what he had to say about the quarterback and his skill set. Mendoza, who NFL scouts compare to Jared Goff or Kirk Cousins, won't wow with his arm velocity or speed, but his football intelligence, both pre and post snap, separates him. He has an outstanding feel for playing on time and layering throws to attack vulnerable spots in the defense with just enough mobility to avoid sacks at an encouraging rate. The Browns will like Mendoza for a lot of the same reasons they liked Gabriel, except Mendoza has better physical attributes and a higher upside. Okay, that part of the quote right there, the same reasons they liked Gabriel, that doesn't make me want to draft him. What? Are you kidding me? Hell no. And obviously he's a much bigger quarterback than Dylan Gabriel, so I don't even know where we're making that comparison here. But the other part of it that Brugler said that impressed him, he's like a Jared Goff or Kirk Cousins. Those quarterbacks would not save our franchise. It's making me even more out of it. I thought the 6'5", everybody's raving on him, that maybe he's like a Josh Allen or Drake May. No, they're saying Goff or Cousins, who are also quarterbacks that need a system. This goes back to my point, my analogy. The Cleveland Browns don't have the system right now. You don't have it. You don't have the safe space for players to develop, for quarterbacks to develop. When everybody that's been there looks like trash when they take the field, whose fault is that? I mean, seriously, Gabriel, Watson, Flacco, Winston, everybody looks bad. That's an issue in the organization. That's a coaching issue. That's a result of a bad offensive line, a lack of wide receiver targets. Jury's still out on Shedeur. I'd like to see a couple more games before I throw him into that mix. I think he's shown the most flashes of the quarterbacks on the roster this year, so we'll get to him later. But the point is, I think you need to load up and make it so there's no excuse for the next quarterback you bring in. But bringing in another young quarterback and giving up that much to get him, I'm not in on it. But you let me know, Browns fans, would you make this trade? Would you give up our 2 first-round picks and a day 2 next year to get Mendoza? Type Y for yes, type N for no. You got to really believe in him to think that we should do this. You really got to think he's the guy of the future to make that investment. And I don't think the Cleveland Browns are going to do that. We shall see. I'm going to talk about what they actually will do, though. What is the most likely situation for the Browns starting quarterback day 1 next year? I got some insight that's going to give you a little bit of an inkling of what it could look like. But first, let's talk about our friends over at Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. It is the holiday season, the best time of year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It is all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there is one place where it feels good to be right. Prize Picks. I love this app. It's fun. I win money. And because I cover the Browns, it helps me know what picks to make. When the coaches talk about getting Jerry Jeudy more involved, I pick more on his projections, and I was right. When they say we got to take more deep shots, and we will with Shedeur, I pick the more. And new feature alert, Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. I'm trying to cash in this Sunday in Browns-Titans. Cam Ward, more than half an interception. I think he'll be under pressure. He's going to throw one. Quinshon Judkins, more than half a touchdown. Also, more than half a passing touchdown for Shedeur, and more than 124.5 passing yards. He's done that every week as the starter. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it is good to be right. The other part of this quarterback equation for the Cleveland Browns is It really does depend on what Shedeur Sanders does in these next few games. If this back half of the season, if he earns the job to start for the rest of the year, he controls his destiny in a way. He can show enough flashes, enough promise. And again, the Brown system is so bad, it doesn't have to look perfect, but it has to look like, okay, maybe we could build around this guy. Maybe we could load up and have him be in contention to start next year, as well as number 4, Deshaun Watson, who we now know is healthy, or at least medically cleared to be back at practice in a limited fashion, and he's under contract next year. It's the last year of the deal. We're almost out of it. But a lot of the Cleveland Browns' issues right now are sort of a domino effect of the Watson deal, of the 3 first-round picks you gave up to get him. And so, yeah, it looks gross on offense this year and last year, but Watson's practice window has been opened. He's there on Wednesday. And so maybe it's one more year of dealing with this, of seeing if Watson has anything left in the tank since you've made that massive investment in him, and Shedeur because you drafted him late and there's potential in number 12, and you use this draft to load up. That might be the Cleveland Browns scenario. I think it's more likely that they would trade down their top pick than trade all the way up to draft another quarterback. I don't think people that say that are watching this Cleveland Browns team. I mean, every quarterback that's played has had some issues. Every quarterback on the depth chart has struggled or been kicked off the depth chart, like Flacco and Pickett. And now Watson, who was really bad when he played last year, is going to be in this mix once again. So don't you think it's a little bit more likely that Cleveland finishes out this Watson deal in 2026, the last year of the contract, see if there's anything left with him, see if there's anything with Shedeur, build up that system in the draft, and then once you've got the linemen, once you've got the receivers, and you've got a full evaluation for a year of Shedeur, now you can start looking to the quarterbacks the year after, which might actually be a stacked class. Julian Sayin, Ohio State Buckeye, would be eligible. Arch Manning, I think it's more likely he goes in 2027 than this year. DJ Lagway, Dylan Raiola, Patrick Mahomes look-alike, by the way. These are some options that could be available the year after, and you'll have a much better system by that point, hopefully. I mean, if you don't, it's a joke, and sell the team, fire everybody. But don't you think that's a more realistic plan for the Cleveland Browns than trading 2 firsts to get Mendoza right now and rushing it? Here's what I think the plan is. Load up on offensive linemen. Load up on a couple good wide receivers. Use one of your first-round picks to get one. Evaluate Shedeur Sanders the back half of this year. If he shows the flashes, roll with him next year with your new rookies in the better system. If you have the balls to do it, fire the coaches. Get rid of them. Get rid of Stefanski. I think Andrew Berry's on the hot seat as well. Get a new regime. Get rid of every excuse. And now, full steam ahead to find the quarterback, to find the guy. Once you have everything built around it, because we just have not had luck with the quarterback. And so, if Shedeur doesn't look like the guy that we think he was, experts thought he was, and Watson's obviously done, then draft your quarterback in 27 or 28 after everything else is figured out, because the defense is already fine. That's the plan. But if you were the GM, what would you do? What would you do if you were in charge of the Cleveland Browns? Comment your plan down below. Where's your first step? Let me know in the comment section, because we need the savior. We need to fix this offense immediately while we have this good defense. I want to be contending. So what's the plan? Let me know if you were Andrew Berry. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss content like this, folks. Draft season is approaching more rapidly than we thought. We'll be here to cover you with everything Cleveland Browns for it. So hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. Got quarterback updates for you all day long. Thank you so much for tuning into this one. We'll see you next time. What to do? What to do, Browns fans? What to do? Can you believe that mock trade, though? Brugler saying we're going to go all in on Mendoza? Another swing and miss?
You never know.
You never know.
I really hope not. I think a trade down seems imminent. Also, the options at quarterback next year,
Mm-hmm.
I think Lagway's a good idea.
Yeah, you like Lagway?
He's got. I think you only draft Lagway if you get a new system and a new coach.
That's kind of
'Cause
where I'm leaning.
He's got some potential. He's got the size, the speed, the ability. I think he just needs to get worked with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But you're a Florida guy though too, Florida State.
Yeah, they suck too, so it's okay.
Any Florida's good for you. Ninja Cat said no
Except
one
for
wants us.
Miami. Carson Beck sucks.
He's still in college? Wow. Yeah. It's funny. But that's the thing, folks. 2027 class could be good. This 26 quarterback class, I don't know. I don't love it as a whole class. Like, outside of Mendoza and Moore, I'm out.
The next one is Ty Simpson, but he's doing well, but like he's just another guy. There's no like, whoa, that's the guy. Like Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson, that's the guy.
Right. I haven't seen enough of Ty Simpson at Bama to be like.
And like it's crazy because we literally got like blessed the last couple of years. Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, like all of them, just like even Caleb Williams too.
Right now,
like they're good. Like everyone, I remember for the Caleb Williams draft, like everyone was like, I mean, yeah, he's good, but he's not going to change your franchise. Right. And then we get all the way down to this year and last year, and it's like these guys aren't changing a tire. Like,
well, here's the thing: the Caleb Williams point. He looked like a bust last year. Ben Johnson, I think, should be coach of the year. Like, his game plan for Caleb Williams and making him look good, it's incredible. Like, a lot of Caleb's numbers, like in the advanced metrics and completion percentage and things of that nature, Ben Johnson has done an incredible job scheming that offense up. And that's my point. Heck, if we had gotten Ben Johnson, Dylan Gabriel might have looked fine. I mean, Shedeur certainly would be in a much better situation. That's kind of my point.
I think, as this gets thrown around a lot, but like Howie Roseman is a really good GM, and one of his like pillars is build from the trenches and then up.
Right.
And he built the trenches on both sides, offense and defense. I think that's what you need to focus on too, because that kind of happened to the Raiders last year. You got Ashton Genty, nice, but when he's getting tackled 1 yard behind the line every single time he gets the ball, because your offensive line sucks, you can't unleash him and let him go. Like, if you get even a little bit of push, he gets like 8 or 9 yards because he's just that talented.
Yep.
But when you're putting him, it's like the Giants with Saquon Barkley. The beginning of his career, like, he had flashes, and it's because he's so talented. Like, if you get a quarterback that's really talented, but you have no offensive line, you're not going to do anything. No. And it's going to suck. And then people are going to be like, well, the quarterback sucks. It's like, no, your offensive line sucks.
Yeah, literally. Ricky, if you see, Ricky said, how do you do a $5 super chat? There should be a little dollar thing you could click on.
It's a little button. It looks like a square with a money sign in the middle. It's right next to where you comment. If you hit that and you follow the steps, you support the show. Appreciate it, Ricky.
Appreciate it, Ricky Barker. We'll, if you do, we'll get you on the screen. We'll put you in our video because we're about to film a Q&A video here with everybody that super chats to get their question in, or use the hashtag Browns and put a question or take in the chat. But super chat to get on the show automatically. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's the point. It's kind of like what I was saying of like, I mean, you see the system just has such a big impact. And even, Daniel Jones, like, the Colts offensive line is great. Steichen's actually one of the better, like, play calling, offensive head coaches. Honestly, the system's huge to develop a quarterback, and it can make or break what they look like.
LJ said the O-line sucks, but Sanders is still holding the ball longer than the average for most NFL QBs. So even when they do protect him long enough, he still holds the ball. That comes down to scheme. Scheme up plays to get the ball out quick. If you know your offensive line sucks, and that's something that Shedeur probably has to improve on, is understand that instead of, and I'm not saying he's complaining, but instead of being like, my O-line sucks compared to, another like the Rams or Lions offensive line. I can't do anything. Well, take what the team gives you. Be like, yeah.
Right.
Instead of complaining about it, how about, get with the coach. How can we get the ball out quicker, and how can we help tackle this offensive line that sucks and help me not hold on to the ball longer? Because, and then that also goes to wide receivers not getting open, or Jerry Jeudy dropping balls.
Yeah.
Or so it's all like a cluster.
It's a mess.
It's all a cluster. So I think draft, offensive line, wide receiver, those are your two things you got to do in the beginning.
I'm in on it. But yeah, that is what Shedeur said at the podium today that he needs to work on. Which him realizing that's great. He wants to be good. He wants to be great.
And LJ, two things can be right at the same time. They can be doing good run blocking, and they can also be doing bad pass blocking. Mm-hmm. So you can be good and bad at different things.
Right.
And Quinshon Judkins is a stud. So.
Oh, yeah. Beast.
And that passing game will open up the run game.
Yeah. Run game was good in the first half against the Niners. And then teams figure it out. They start stacking the box. So we'll need Shedeur to make the plays this Sunday. I have faith that he will against the Titans. It's going to be a fun watch party, folks. Don't miss it. Sub if you haven't already. Also, hit that like button if you're in the stream. Look at that. We're in a pretty good ratio, actually. Welcome in, everybody. Like I said, the last segment we're going to do today is a Q&A. Answer all of your questions, takes, whatever you want. Super chat or use the hashtag Browns to be a part of it, to be in the video.
And LJ, last thing. He said he knows that he needs to improve on it, but he never improves. It's only his first year, and that's when it comes to the organization. You have somebody like Kevin Stefanski who clearly doesn't seem like he's trying to develop Shedeur, but somebody like Ben Johnson who is making Caleb Williams look really, really good. I'm sure if there was a better person at the helm developing Shedeur, it would help him try and get better at not holding on to the ball.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, that is Caleb's numbers. It is all Ben Johnson. The job he is doing is remarkable. We need it. The Bills claim Darius Slay. Yeah. Some news. Steelers are rivals. You guys had seen waived Darius Slay earlier today. So, there you go. He's a Buffalo Bill now. Out of our immediate division. Look at that.
It's all a team game too. It's not just Shedeur. It's not just Jeudy. It's not just all of them have to be on the same page. All of them have to be doing well.
Right.
Can't really do well. You've seen Josh Allen do it, but that's because he's just an insane talent.
Right.
And still, they've lost games because the rest of the team just is not there, and he's too good.
And as Kevin Stefanski would say, we need to be better. Kathy in the chat now. Kathy, when are you going to be back on the Kathy account? I always see Robert Colbert now, and I'm like, oh, wait, that's Kathy. With the Joey kangaroos. I love it. Kathy, we are a dumpster fire. Kathy, what are your thoughts on Deshaun Watson back at practice today? He's back in contention to play. I think next year he really is in contention to play more so. We'll see, though. Again, a lot of this depends on Shedeur's next few starts. These are big. These are big. He can earn his way to finish out the season, according to Adam Schefter. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. That's right, Chris. Take the deep shots when they happen. When they're there, that was the main thing for Shedeur. He's like, when I see them, I got to let it rip. Mike Nintendo in the chat. What's up, Mike? Saying, hey, Joey. Hey, Mike. Let's get a couple more questions in to make this Q&A video. So, write hashtag Browns with a question or take if you want to be a part of the Q&A video. Or super chat with a question or take, and we'll get you in there. We need some more. Mike Nintendo's got a good one. There we go. I like that. I like that one, Mike. Let's put Mike in the Q&A. What are the what are the odds of Watson starting? I'll answer that one for you. I like that, Mike. Time Man knows him too. Put the hashtag Browns next to it if you have a question or take that you want in the video so that Reed can pull them up.
He'll figure. There we go.
Nice.
Does that one pop up? The question mark, mate. Oh, yeah, it's good.
You see it? Does the Browns front office want them to win or tank? It's funny. Remember when Hugh Jackson said that he was incentivized to lose? Wouldn't be surprised, man. This Haslam ownership, too, is an issue. It's all an issue. All right, might as well. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, man. I'm trying to move up, one day. Next goal is top 7. That's the next goal. Appreciate you, Mike. All right, I say we hop into a Q&A video here, huh? You got enough? Cool. And if anybody wants to get their question in their last second, if you send a super chat, we'll hop it in. So, hop on in. I like that from Kathy as well. It's good. All right, my friend. Do you need a timer start or anything, or are you good? Do you need to start a stopwatch, or? Oh, there you go. Yeah, I did some training with Sam, so I kind of, I get it now. I'm in the know now. Yeah. I'm in the know now. All right. Good stuff, Kathy. You ready? Browns fans have a lot of questions right now. There's always drama with this team, isn't there? So let's answer everything that Browns fans are wondering here on a mailbag episode of today's show. I'm your host, Joey O'Donoghue. Happy to be doing this. Happy to be talking Cleveland Browns football through the good, the bad, and quite frankly, the ugly. Let's talk about it. Our first question here comes in from Brownies for Life, 22. If Deshaun comes back, does Shedeur lose his starting spot? Great question here from Brownies for Life. So Watson, I imagine, is going to be in this mix now. His practice window has been opened. So there are 21 days for the Cleveland Browns to decide if he's healthy enough to be put on the active roster or season-ending IR. And you know what? I think a lot of this is going to depend on Shedeur. And he is guaranteed to start this Sunday against the Titans. Adam Schefter tells us that Shedeur can earn the rest of the season with his play by showing some flashes. And Mary Kay took it a step further, said he can prevent the Cleveland Browns from drafting a quarterback if he shows he's a guy they can build around. And I would agree with that sentiment. And so it mostly depends on Shedeur's play. Now, the part of this equation to not forget is that Watson was never benched by the Cleveland Browns. It took an injury for him to not be the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback. But the other part of this, a juxtaposition, if you will, is the owner said that he's a swing and miss. Trading for him was a swing and miss. So nobody's talking to each other. As I've reported multiple times, there is dysfunction in the Browns organization and they don't communicate. Stefanski didn't know that they were trading Joe Flacco. So everyone's on a different page. But those decisions ultimately come down to Kevin Stefanski, what he wants to do, who he wants to start as the head coach. And if Haslam interferes and says, maybe like he did with Gabriel, is like, hey, start Shedeur. The fans are crying for it. Then maybe that could happen. But that won't happen with Watson. So you tell me. Pick the starter, Browns fans, for the rest of the year. Type SS for Shedeur. Type DW for Deshaun Watson. Honestly, I think it's Shedeur. I think he's guaranteed at least like the next few games. And it's up to him and how he looks in those games to either remain the starter for the rest of the year, or the Browns think, well, might have to go back to Watson and start over and try again in the draft. But you let me know what you think, Browns fans. Let's go to Poop, Scoop, and Boogie with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Scoop. Looking like Andrew Berry is trying to put him on the action block to recoup some cap space. That is in reference to Deshaun Watson. Well, I don't necessarily think it would help, because if Watson was unhealthy, right, injured for the rest of this year, there actually would be some relief that Cleveland could get for him not playing. But because he's been medically cleared, well, insurance companies might come after him and be like, oh, no, he's healthy. You got to play him. And it's all this legal contract jargon that we don't want to get into. The deal as itself, though, is one of the worst in NFL history. Yes, $230 million guaranteed at signing. And his cap hit for the Browns next year, it's $80.7 million, folks. We owe him so much. The cap hit is huge for him being on the roster. And we're kind of just eating that. But there's one more year of it, because he'll be a free agent in 2027. So I think, get what you're saying, but there's just not much we can do to help that out. They restructure it as often as they can, but so much of it is just guaranteed. And it's more so, well, we can't just let him never play or not do anything. Let's get him back in the rotation. See if he's actually going to play. George, does this mean they can't cut him after June 1st? They still could, evidently. What it really means is that he's in play to be on the active roster, and that the Browns are not giving up on him, that they're not just done with him as we had previously originally thought. Even though Haslam said it's a swing and miss, you swung, and there's still one more year left of it. So, more likely than not, I don't see them randomly cutting him anymore. I think they finish off this year. They already owe him so much money. And a lot of people are making the point, well, maybe the Browns could trade him. Well, you got to build up his value. He's going to have to play some games if you're going to have a chance at trading him, right? And so the Cleveland Browns never actually benched him. There's never been a moment in the history of the Cleveland Browns organization where Deshaun Watson was healthy and didn't start. This would be the first time ever, if that is the case, if he is signed to the active roster. He was their starter. But I think Shedeur can change all of that by showing some flashes in the next few games. He already earned the start over Gabriel for this Sunday. We'll see what happens. Joshua Miller. If we are around pick 5 and a quarterback-needy team is behind us, trade down to pick up some draft capital and trade back into the first round if a player you covet is there. I love that take from Joshua Miller, and I honestly think that is more likely the case for the Cleveland Browns. These guys, these analysts that have the Browns trading up to get a quarterback, they don't understand the Cleveland Browns situation right now. It's terrible. Every young quarterback is dying here, quite frankly. They're not thriving. Who's going to change that? Mendoza? Moore? No, we got to load up. Andrew Berry did not draft an offensive lineman in 2025. He did not. He did not draft a wide receiver in 2025. And look, the class was great. I get it. When are they going to admit that they wasted a third-round pick on Dillon Gabriel, though? You drafted 2 quarterbacks, and, well, you're already moving on from one. That was your third-round pick. So there will be quarterback-needy teams that want to move up and make this deal. I think the Jets are the one to look at because we actually are ahead of the Jets right now. However, they need a quarterback, I would say, more than us. I mean, yeah, you look at the list of teams right here. The Saints, maybe. They're kind of in a similar situation to us. 2 young quarterbacks, and their 2 young quarterbacks are both just awful. The Raiders, if they don't move on from Geno, there's going to be some crash outs in the Raiders fan base. I'll tell you that. Cardinals, seem like they're benching Kyler Murray. A lot of teams will be willing to trade up, and a lot of teams that might have the first picks, like the Browns, like the Titans, like the Giants, well, they might not necessarily go quarterback. So it's enticing. I'm with you, Joshua Miller. Move on down. We could really make another hell of a draft class, smash the draft just like we did last year, and then go into next year, evaluate Shedeur, or get your other quarterback in the future. Don't forget to hit the sub button, folks. Join the channel. Browns news, Browns quarterback news. Every single day I make a video, and we go live for every Cleveland Browns game. So hit the sub button, and if you want to be part of videos like this, we got to be subscribed so you can comment questions. Hit the sub button. Appreciate you all being here with me. All right, we've got more news to talk about. But first, I want to tell you guys about our friends, our sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. It is the holiday season, the best time for sports, bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It is all happening at once. It's going to take me a minute. My computer's lagging. Sorry, Reed.
Peek behind the curtain.
Peek behind the curtain.
Forgot what to say.
Everything froze on me.
Technical difficulties behind the scenes. Give us a few seconds.
Technical difficulties, everything's frozen, folks, but our graphics will be back soon. Where'd it go? All right. Want me to go from now? All right, folks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. It is the holiday season. It's the best time of year for sports, bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It is all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there is one place where it feels good to be right. Prize Picks. I love this app, man. It's a lot of fun. I win money doing it. And covering the Browns, it helps me know what picks to make. So when the coaches say, we got to get Jared Judy more targets, I pick more on his projections. And I was right against the Jets. When Cleveland plays a bad run defense, I'm all in on the more for Quinshon Judkins. And new feature alert, Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Here's my lineup for the week. Cam Ward, you're throwing more than half an interception against our Browns defense. Quinshon Judkins, more than half a touchdown, rushing or receiving. Shedeur Sanders, more than half a passing touchdown. I expect him to get another this week and more than 124.5 passing yards. That's easy for him. That's my lineup. You can make one just like it. But to do so, you got to download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Go to Hilfiger Hendricks. Does the Browns front office want the Browns to win or us to tank for a high pick? I'd never put it past the Cleveland Browns to be doing something illegally stupid to lose football games, but it is illegal in the NFL against policy to tank. And I think Jimmy has him. He is a money-grabbing owner. He wants to put butts in seats. He still wants people to tune in. And losing is not getting that to happen. Shedeur Sanders is getting that to happen, though. And so, yeah, you could say logically losing games actually helps the future, question mark, because you get a higher draft pick. I'm not in on that. And I can't speculate that the Browns are. But they make so many stupid, questionable decisions that I absolutely understand why you would ask the question, Hilfiger. It's ridiculous what we watch some Sundays. But we're diehard fans for life. And here we are. Robert Colbert, also known as Kathy, hashtag Browns. I hate it. Watson wasn't any good before, so why are we activating him? You know, Robert Colbert has a great point here because Watson's years with the Browns, numbers-wise, eye test-wise, were nauseating. It got really bad, especially towards the end of it, that last year when his quarterback rating was 21, 5 touchdowns to 3 picks. Just watch the play, though. Like, he also held on to it too long, took so many sacks, just bad quarterback play. Like, he's never played a full season for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, seriously, what happened to that quarterback that came out of Houston? Look at the 2020 stats and where we are now. Unbelievable. How do you have that bad of a difference? Leave it to the Cleveland Browns to go all in on a quarterback and have that drastic of a fall off. I get it. And tell you what, I probably would have picked him over Dylan Gabriel, honestly, if it was just those two. But let's see what Shedeur has for a couple more games. Evaluate 12. Because to your point, it really was awful towards the end of it. Browns fans were booing him, cheering when he got hurt. Crazy. Samuel Bowers with a $2. Build around Shedeur Sanders. That's the move. I would love this to be the case. Again, it all depends on Shedeur. It's back half of this season. We saw the flashes in the Raiders game. In the Niners game, a little bit more up and down. It's a tougher assignment, but he pointed out the things that he wants to work on. Against the Titans, I think it'll look a lot better. And he has the traits. He really does. He's just got to work on that, getting the ball out. And we need a better system as well, you know. System's a huge part of this. Mike Nintendo Master, #Browns. What are the odds of Watson starting? Here's a great question. I'll tell you what. If I had to put odds on it, right? If I had to speculate, and I do think it depends on Shedeur, I think Shedeur will show you enough this Sunday, earn another start, earn a start after that, and by that time, the Watson decision will have been made because that's 3 weeks, 21 days. I don't think he starts the rest of this year. I don't think he does. I think Shedeur would have to look awful the next 4 games, but then it's the last game of the season. Okay, throw Watson in there. I think Shedeur will do enough to not turn to Watson. Will he do enough to be the Browns starter next year? Time will tell. But Watson will still be in that mix in 2026. It's the last year of his contract. So the odds of him starting again ever for the Cleveland Browns, I would give it a 30% chance. Wait and see. Brian Tucker, who could we get for an offensive line coach? That might be our other biggest need. Not just offensive line men, but an offensive line coach. Because my goodness, just a couple years ago, we really had one of the top O-lines in the league. Antonio and Teller, all pros, Pro Bowlers. Even Conklin has made a Pro Bowl. Had some good days in Tennessee, but now he's just making the bag and not playing. Someone's got to right this ship. 4 of the offensive linemen are free agents next year as well. Also, they're all over 30. DeJuan Jones, I hadn't even mentioned. Another season-ending injury. It's a bit of a mess. Will we finally see Zach Zinter play? Tevin Jenkins will get in the rotation this Sunday. We got some young guys we're waiting on, but you need to build, draft a couple more. And then you need a guy, I would sign a couple actually, and then you need a guy who can coach the unit. Let's do it. I'm in. Troy, you think Coach Kevin actually acknowledges his plan is terrible? No, I don't think he does acknowledge it. I think he is oblivious to the fact that it is just awful and that he's awful. What is with these Vikings coaches named Kevin? I mean, I hear Vikings fans hate Kevin O'Connell now too. We got Stefanski from Minnesota. He'll get a coordinator job. He's fine at that. As a head coach, I'm done with it, Stefanski. Boring, bad, predictable. You've had to give up play calling 2 years in a row because, quite frankly, you can't do it. And your playbook sucks. Every team figures this out after the first half. Everybody knows all we have is Judkins and check downs. And Mike Vrabel, I'll never forget, called us out this year. Says, once our gimmick plays run out, it's easy to defend the Cleveland Browns. Vrabel was a part of our coaching staff last year. We're a joke. And Kevin Stefanski's a joke. He doesn't know it. Last question here from Samuel. Could Myles Garrett break the record this week? Whew. Yes, he could. What does he need? 4 sacks in 5 games. He's done it in 1 game. He's done 4 sacks in a game. He's done 5 sacks in a game this year. And against Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward's the most sacked quarterback in the National Football League this year. You don't think Big 95 is going to have a field day on him? I guarantee a sack for Miles. Do I think he will break the record? I don't think he'll do it this Sunday. That would be like, oh my gosh, man. Best player ever if he does that. Best defensive player ever. Michael Strahan said he's already better than Reggie White, and I think he is. The only player ahead of him right now is probably Lawrence Taylor as an edge rusher in NFL history. But look how bad it's been for the Titans. Multiple sack day coming for Myles Garrett. Could he break the record? We'll be live. You're not going to want to miss it. Let me know who you got winning in that game. Type CLE if you got the Cleveland Browns. Type TEN if you've got the Tennessee Titans winning. Myles going to be a difference maker once again. They're going to have to triple team him. Chip blocks. He's going to see a chip or double every play probably. And you know what? It's not going to work. There's actually a funny conversation he had with Kittle on the field too. He's like, hey, stop chipping me. And Kittle's like, no. I saw you get 5 sacks. I'm not going to stop chipping you. This is what we're dealing with. Everyone's scared of it. Who you got winning? Browns, Titans. Let me know. And thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of the show. Going over, if you got more questions, follow me on Twitter at Joey070. I'll answer whatever you want on there and hit that sub button so you don't miss these videos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. All right. Got some supers to run through as well. $2 supers flying in. Appreciate you all. I think one I saw on the glimpse of my eye was from AFX, which we'll get to. But oh, is that AFX? No way. Samuel Bowers. What's up, AFX? Hi, Joey. Hi, Reed. Jack is so mean. Dude. So Jack and AFX have this thing going. Reed's new to it. He has no idea. Duh, we all love each other.
Beef?
We all get along.
There's beef?
But Jack, AFX like said his name wrong. Jack got mad. So AFX started just calling him like Jim and James, and then Jack like actually got mad.
That's funny.
But then,
a good one.
Yeah, that's funny. But AFX was like, wait. AFX is dead forever? No, dude. Samuel Bowers. All right, whatever you say, my friend. Whatever you say. But yeah, Jack is so mean. Tune in this Sunday. You, me, and Jack, Samuel. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Never want Deshaun Watson to play for my Browns again. A lot of Browns fans have this sentiment. A lot of them do. Dude, I don't know why I'm seeing like Deshaun Watson edits here on Twitter from like a couple Browns accounts.
By the way,
I'm like, chill.
Some AFC North breaking news.
Are you serious?
Tight end Mark Andrews has agreed to 3-year,
$39.3
$39.3 million extension that includes 26 guaranteed.
Yeah, he sucks anyway.
Yeah.
He sucks. Lamar can't throw. He's a running back who chokes in the playoffs every year. F the Ravens, am I right? F them.
Samuel Bowers, Reed, how much for a boot?
Ooh. How much, Reed?
Off the table.
Oh, come on. $100? 200? 500. It's a steep price today, Samuel. $500. But that's the question. How much? It's 500.
Feels weird being called by my real name now, Reed. What's up, Samuel Bowers?
Hey, what's up, Samuel? That's totally fair. That's totally fair. But just tell him what it is. It's 500. 500. That's his price today. $500 super chat, Samuel Bowers. Do you have it in you? That'd be crazy. Why Teller got benched? What's that saying? Yeah, Teller was saying that he literally straight up was like, I think it's my play. Yeah. Which is unfortunate. It could also be saying that he's not going to resign. You know, apparently some Teller family members have been speaking out about this too. Carly Teller and Wyatt Teller's wife was like saying it's unfair what's going on right now in Cleveland. Yeah, it's he's been benched low key. They're calling it, and then he got hurt in the Niners game because they took him out and took him back in. It seemed like that's what she was mad about. But they're saying he's going to sit out against the Titans. Tevin Jenkins, who we've been having wait on that sideline, so I think he's actually a decent prospect. He played in Chicago, and Our Chicago Bears guy told me he's good. He was just injury prone as well. So let's see. AFX is dead. RIP, dude. RIP. Welcome in Samuel Bowers, though. Feels weird being called by my real name now, Reed. Samuel Bowers. I would have never known that was it.
That's like people not knowing my full name's Redith.
Is it?
No.
No. Redith, that's hilarious. It's like people don't know my full name's Joseph. You'd be surprised how many people are like, is it like freak out when I say that? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I go by Joey.
The funny thing is, sometimes people will be like, they'll call Chip. His first name's Jake. They'll go Jacob.
Yeah.
His
Chip.
legal name is Jake. It's not Jacob.
Not?
Mm-mm.
That's funny. I like that Chip guy, honestly. Yeah. JJ McCarthy, full practice. 9 is back. He says that's his nickname, folks. It's 9.
Why do I hate the Cowboys?
You hate the Cowboys, Reed?
I hate the Cowboys.
Hate them.
Yeah, hate the Cowboys.
Hate them.
Why? Because they try and claim being America's team, and I'm also an Eagles fan. So screw the Cowboys.
There you go. Heard it here first. It's because the Browns are America's team. Honestly, not. They were in 2020 for a year, but now it's a mess. With Joe Flacco, they were in 2023 as well, yeah. That's what it was, folks. Robert Colbert. Kathy said, F the Cowgirls as well. F them. Oh, Jake said he's Jason? Go by Jake? Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, Ravens news with Mark Andrews. F them. F the Ratbirds. Right, Kathy? F them. Brian Tucker says F the Cowboys too. Looks like the Browns fans don't like them either. F them.
I mean, F the Cowboys. Are you kidding?
Nobody
likes the Cowboys except for Cowboys fans. And they also love the Lakers and the Yankees.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. And they don't even like the Cowboys for the last 2 decades. What a joke. Oh, Samuel likes them. Remember the rumors that Dak Prescott was going to get traded to the Browns?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was like a thing.
That was for like 2 days, and then it was gone.
Yeah, that was like a thing. Did Petey make a video on that?
I think we did make a video, and then it was literally like he goes, this is just not happening.
No.
He was like, it's just physically not happening.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days later, they came out and they were like, no, this is not happening.
Talk about worst owner in sports too, Jerry Jones, in that conversation.
I hope he's the owner forever.
You love him there. Dude, Micah Parsons, though, he is unbelievable to watch.
I do think, though, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. Their defense was going to be a lot worse in terms of, like, their pass rush and, like, just, like, their defensive line.
Yeah.
Quentin Williams has actually been doing really well for them.
The Quentin Williams trade changed everything for him. But, yeah. Well, Kenny Clark wasn't going to get it done alone. What a joke. Micah's tearing it up, dude. He's Miles Garrett's in a league of his own. Micah's like the next one though. He's 2. There's still a gap because Miles is just different planet. Micah's next up though. Better than TJ Watt right now. TJ Watt sucks lately. Blows. F the Steelers as well. Steelers fans tried to tell us that it was a conversation between TJ Watt and Myles Garrett for years. I haven't heard a peep this year. It's not even close. It's a different stratosphere.
Especially when that picture came out after at the press conference.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. League of his own.
Great stat there. Great stat. Brian Tucker is right. He is still no Myles Garrett when we are watching history in the making, folks. Oh, I can't wait. I hope he breaks that record soon.
Well, now Samuel Bowers thinks he can get to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
F
He's,
the
he's,
Eagles.
he's saying 24-21 Cowboys. How about 40-6, the real score of the Super Bowl last year?
What's going on with the Eagles this year, man?
They got to figure it out. They are.
Gotta be better.
I think it's all. It's a little bit of player execution and also Kevin Patullo.
Yeah.
His offensive scheme is very similar to Kevin Stefanski. We got a couple.
So bad.
Couple ideas in the playbook, and then other than that, he'll just run the ball, and then that's it.
We know that firsthand.
Yeah.
What's with these Kevins, man?
Dude,
Can't
terrible.
call plays for shit.
These Kevins are awful.
Awful.
And my brother's name is Kevin. My brother Kevin is awesome.
Yeah.
But all these other
my dad's
Kevins-
name's Kevin.
Yeah, all these other Kevins are terrible.
Terrible. Samuel, what is Jim's favorite team? He's talking about Jack. Oh man, dude! If Jack was producing right now, that would have riled him. Apex.
I wonder.
You guys gotta get along.
Has Jim ever seen
Jim.
Jay Schwan?
I gotta ask him about it. I feel like he has.
Yeah.
I gotta get his reaction. Yeah.
Yeah. Jay Schwan might not do him the right way.
Oh no. Probably not. Folks, it's been a lot of fun on today's live. Wouldn't you say, Reed? Hell yeah, man. Did you guys have fun? We like to hang out, party every Wednesday, and then a watch party every Sunday or whenever the Browns play. But this year, it's all Sundays. So makes it easy for me. I can just say Sunday every time. We're live every Sunday this season. Tune in. It's a lot of fun. Hit the sub button so you don't miss it. Browns-Titans is a big game this Sunday, folks, for Shedeur, for Cleveland's future, for the rest of the season with Watson now in the mix, and for everybody that thought Shedeur was a better prospect than Cam Ward. So tune in this Sunday. We'll be live. It'll be electric. We'll be pulling for the Browns as always. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me here on today's live show. Every Wednesday, don't forget, we go live. And when there's breaking news, we'll go live at that time and make a video on it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in here. See you Sunday. Appreciate you. Till next time.